Hey all, Hipper here. So you may know I am infamous for my kiting, and you may also know that if you watch this channel that I don't actually kite a lot, only when I absolutely have to. I play far too aggressively, and usually I'm dead before I get the actual chance to kite. But today I'm making an exception. This is a kiting video, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. So of course I run an Agile build on my Wichita here, so let's just take a look. I have Alice Thompson on as a guise because I like the golden shower shells she has. And then Müller for speed and Baltimore for rudder. So I don't have double rudder inspirations, keep that in mind, because Wichita is so agile already. Ingenious, a must-have on agile cruisers because you're going to be spending most of your time spotted in open water, which I will show in this video here. Velocious, steer clear, and fully packed as well. And fully packed is important, gives you an extra radar in Wichita here. And I have the improved traverse speed here. I don't have the aiming systems mod 1 because I need the traverse speed. Then I have propulsion. I also don't have double rudder on this ship here because the rudder is already fast enough. You don't need it. I do have steering gears mod 3 here because you need that. And then I have the improved reload time in the last slot. So 3 sonars, 3 radars, 3 repair parties, pretty good. And if we look at the artillery here, it's average. This is not an artillery build at all. And go down to maneuverability, 2.2 rudder, 40 knots, 680 turning radius. So very, very agile, and you get the improved acceleration as well. So it makes Wichita here feel almost like Edinburgh, really. So, I'll say this again. I've said this probably a million times by now, but agile cruisers are not the same thing as kiting cruisers. And I don't really know what a kiting cruiser is anyway, and it's definitely not something that I've invented. So don't blame me for cruisers that kite. It's not my fault. Agile cruisers are all about getting into the cap and, seizing the cap early on, and then using the agility to, do whatever job your team demands. This is not a domination map, this one here, so here we can really, just, play around in the open water here. And as you'll see, the team is a little bit lackluster, so that's why we will be pretty much kiting the whole battle after a few minutes. And you might also notice that, like agile cruisers, we don't care if we're spotted, that's fine. Then people shoot at us and, we take damage from the team. But you cannot do it when you're too far away. Like, you need to be between 12, 13 kilometers from the enemy. Otherwise, there's not much point to it. How are you going to get into the fight if/when an opportunity actually opens up? So don't go too far. So I'm in a pretty good position here. I'm about 11, 12 kilometers from the battleships. I'm in range of destroyers. And this is where I really wanted to spend most of the battle, right here, because I can pop in and out of concealment when I have to, and I can just stop anyone trying to get around this corner, and I can also annoy the battleships at the same time. So right here would be a pretty good place to be. But there is not much backup. The destroyer has decided he doesn't want to spot, and he's going backwards. So right now I'm evaluating this here, and I'm thinking, okay, this is seeming to be, a battle where the team just, falls apart really. And at this point here, I'm thinking it looks like this is going to be one of those battles where I just have to do a lot of damage so I get enough XP, and then I don't really care if I win or lose, really. And agile cruisers are really good at that. So from now on, we're pretty much going to be spotted the whole battle, and that's what makes agile cruisers fun, because you don't have a relaxing moment at all. And as you can see, I have the interest of no less than 3 battleships over on this flank here, because everybody else is hiding. So that's fine. We're going to see if we can, take the heat off the others, and then usually the team, does something good behind my back, and they get into good positions, or they use the fact that 3 battleships over on this flank here are preoccupied shooting at one Wichita, but not in this battle here. So here I'm starting my my kiting thing in this battle here, and it's pretty much just gonna continue because, as you can see, there is not much going on with my team, and without torpedoes I can't really push that well in Wichita here. And there is still a destroyer out here somewhere keeping me spotted, so I have to keep that in mind as well. And you can see my destroyer, he's gone back to hide behind the island over here. So I'm just taking up a waiting pattern here, kind of like a plane that's about to land, because I just want to see if he's coming back or not. And it looks like he is coming back, so that's why I'm using the acceleration here to fool the battleship's shooting. As you can clearly see, the carrier is moving in to spot my destroyer, and I mean, I spotted the enemy destroyer. I've even radared him for another 30 seconds, but no one really shot at him except for me, and my team is going to be punished for that now, because now the carrier is spotting our destroyer, and he is going to take a salvo from a Nelson in a minute and just be absolutely deleted. And as you can see, I'm not going full speed right now. I am just, seeing what is actually happening here. I'm trying to defend that destroyer there, but I mean, there's nothing I can do here. So this is where, again, all the battleships just think, wait, look at that cruiser there, let's shoot at that. And I mean, that's what I want, but it does require that my team actually makes, a few moves while I am out here. And not much is really happening. They're pretty much sitting in the same positions they've done from the beginning, and soon the Reds are just going to absolutely stomp all over my team. And all I can do is just watch and set fires to battleships, really. So as you can see, this flank here is very, very quickly disintegrating, and all I can do is just slowly retreat here and then set as many fires as I can, because like I said in the beginning, this is one of those battles where I'm just gonna get as much damage as I can so I can get out of this thing here with my XP intact. And the carrier is onto me as well, so like I said, I'm going to be spotted pretty much constantly. Well, I have been, and a very nice salvo the Alabama got in there, because I was low on speed, and that's something you don't want to be in an Agile cruiser. You always have to be at 30 knots or something like that, otherwise you won't be able to dodge as well. So that was a bit of a mistake there. I could have avoided that. It's okay, I have plenty of heals, and we're going to try to move a little bit closer to the cap now, because you can see on the other flank people are overextending, like extremely. It's like a row of ships, and that means that Reds can just pick them off one by one from this side of the map, which this Nelson here is looking like he wants to do now. See that salvo right there? And so I'm going to take a little bit of heat off my team by trying to, get this Nelson to shoot at me. Also because I don't really have any of the targets, so yeah, well, he's going to be the one. But like I said, if you're kiting in an Agile cruiser, you're going to have pretty much the best kiting ship out there. And I'm again saying, Agile cruisers are not made for kiting. Kiting is your last resort, like in a situation like this, where you're completely outnumbered over on this flank. I'm the only ship left over here, and I'm facing 3 battleships and a carrier and a destroyer. So like, it would be madness to take these guys on. So here I just want to show you slow motion. When you're playing Agile cruisers, you need to look at the enemy battleships, like their firing and the pattern of their shells. You see here how I stopped turning right here, because I want to fit in between the shells. And look at that, that was 2 salvos at the same time from 2 different battleships, and we didn't get hit even once. That's what you want to do. Both these battleships here, they wasted a salvo completely. And most battleships, they get a salvo every 30 seconds. So, I mean, that's a big thing. The problem is that you need to make sure that your team can actually capitalize on it. And here, then Nelson gets a fire. But it's okay. We're going to get our own fire here. This is also the reason that you don't really care about your concealment when you're playing an Agile cruiser, because you're going to be spotted no matter what you do anyway. If you're going to play on your concealment, you're going to use that for something useful, then don't play an Agile cruiser, because that just doesn't make any sense. These builds here are made specifically for you to be spotted. And again, just dodging a salvo there. Like an Agile cruiser, you want to be spotted and you want to be shot at, and well, once something opens up, you can react very, very quickly in these ships as well here, because like I said, I go 40 knots in the ship here, so if I have to move from one side of the map to the other, I can do that relatively easily. at least 25% faster than, you know, normal cruisers going 30, 31 knots. So just like I said in the beginning, this battle here is obviously a loss. You can see my team is down to 3 ships already, and although the Reds have lost 2 battleships, there is absolutely no way of coming back from this, because there's also a Red destroyer just about to enter our cap. So there's really, there's really nothing I can do down here. I'm just gonna farm some damage off this Nelson here, because he has a lot of heals, and that means that, like I said in the beginning, I can get out of this battle here with my XP intact, and I don't really care what my team does. And again, he does get a fire there, but there was a whole salvo again, so that's like pretty much every salvo this Nelson here has shot has, yeah, pretty much been wasted. So we get some fires on him, and we're just totally milking this guy here. At the same time, I'm trying to get over to the cap, but the problem is I cannot show broadside to the Nelson. For obvious reasons, and of course I have to do that if I actually want to get into the cap. And unfortunately, he keeps shooting at me, and he's just well, he's not giving up. And to his credit, there's no other ships to shoot at, so I mean, it makes sense. So just having a look at the Benson there, but I'm not going to shoot at him yet. I'm going to wait till I'm closer, and I can use my radar. I still have 2 radars, so I should be able to, you know, do something nasty to him then. And now the radar, now the carrier is starting to join the fun. So yeah, this is going to be a rough end for me, and there is nothing I can do about it really, because the carrier is going to get torped in a minute by the destroyer, and then I'm going to be by myself versus 7 ships. I do also find that Agile cruisers are more fair, really. And you don't see me playing a lot of, you know, island hidey cruisers where you use your concealment and you're, you know, unspotted most of the game. Because at least with Agile cruisers, I mean, the battleships have a fighting chance. I mean, you're spotted, you're right there, and if you dodge, well, then it's because you're a good player, or the battleship is just not a very good shot. But in any case, it's got nothing to do with just, you know, staying unspotted. And I guess that, I mean, that's just a mechanic and nothing to do with your, in my opinion, skill as a player. So that's why I enjoy Agile cruisers. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something more useful than just, you know, sitting behind a rock and using a destroyer to spot and then racking up the damage that way. And I'll just reiterate here one more time that kiting cruisers are not Agile cruisers. Agile cruisers are pretty much the opposite. And like I said in the beginning, I rarely get the chance to kite because Agile cruisers are meant to be played aggressively and, you know, within the kill zone of battleships, within like 12 kilometers like I am here. And I mean, if you get the chance to kite, then you probably haven't been aggressive enough, really, I think. So and now I'm popping my radar. I want to get rid of this Benson here because he's really annoying. He's stopping me from, you know, kiting efficiently on the Nelson, and I missed that salvo there. That's a problem. Otherwise, I probably would have set a new personal damage record in Wichita. I think my record is 225, and if I could have gotten rid of this Benson here, I would have been able to actually, you know, kite better. But because I don't want to show broadsides to the Benson, because he might be able to citadel me that way. That's why I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go for the safe target here, see if I can get a fire before I get killed here. And there's some, you know, CV torps on the way, battleship shells, and I'm sure the destroyer had some torps in the water as well. So that was gonna end bad no matter what. But like I said, pretty good damage, 222,000 high caliber witherer, and a little bit more XP than my team, and pretty much the same XP as the winner on the red team. So I hope you enjoyed it, and see you out there.